Hey, good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day, and I am so excited to share something with you that I learned. So first of all, I love to run, and I love to exercise in the mornings. Well, okay, let me preface that. At 5 o'clock in the morning, when I'm up getting ready to exercise, I don't love it. I'll be the first to admit, I love it afterwards, and that's the thing that I've learned about success, is there's a lot of things that aren't fun to do, we don't love to do, but we love the results. I always feel good after I exercise, never am excited to go out and exercise, or rarely anyways, but I do it because I know the results it's going to get me, and the same thing applies to so many other things with success. All of those habits that you don't necessarily like to do are worth it, and I think a lot of successful people don't necessarily love doing the daily things, but they love what those daily things bring them in their lives. Anyways, that's off topic. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I run this morning, and I run all the time, and do my workouts listening to a podcast. I don't listen to music. I used to, and then I finally got to a point where I realized that I can get much more out of my time working out, that 1 hour, 45 minutes, whatever it turns out to be, working out, if I'm feeding my brain with a podcast. I can use that time for not only working out, but also feeding my brain. So I'm strengthening my brain and my body at the same time. So it's just a matter of efficiency. It's just a productivity thing for me that I like. Some people have to have music, and I totally get that. So my preference is podcasting, and I listen to about 8 or 10 podcasts in the mornings when I'm working out. No, there are about 8 or 10 podcasts I subscribe to. I usually only get through a couple of them, but this morning, one of my favorite podcasts, Jordan Harbinger from The Art of Charm. If you don't subscribe, you should, because he is absolutely phenomenal. The guy, in my opinion, is a genius, and he presents a new idea to me this morning that I just have to share. And so I give him the credit for these ideas. I'm just recapping and then inserting a few of my own, but he really got my brain thinking about this new topic. It's now my favorite topic, at least for today, and that is uncertainty. Weird topic, right? The first time I heard, when I was listening to this podcast, today we're going to talk about uncertainty, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll give him just a little chance, but my finger was right there on the fast forward button. I'm like, yeah, uncertainty, really? Okay, let's hear him out just a little bit. So if you're doing the same thing, hear me out, because I almost pushed the fast forward button, and I am so glad I didn't, because Jordan Harbinger taught me an amazing principle that actually opened up my mind, because uncertainty touches a lot of aspects of our lives, more than I realized. So let me first explain in the way I understood him explaining to me about the principle of uncertainty. So uncertainty is this gap between all the information that's out there available to you on a certain subject and the information that your brain is still craving that you haven't gotten yet. Okay? So you feel uncertain because you don't have enough information, enough relevant information about whatever it is that you're uncertain about. So let's take that into kind of a real life example. Let's say you are, let's use working out, and you found this diet, this fad. You want to lose some weight, and there's a new diet program that you found online, and you're excited about it, and there's some supplements that come with it or whatever. Well, what happens in our world, of course, as we all know, is a thing called retargeting. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up, but really what it means is every time you click on something or look on something, you are sticky, and your little clicks all get recorded, and marketers and other companies recognize that you're interested in this, therefore you're probably interested in that. And so they send you offers, and the place that sent you that you signed up, they send you upsells, and they send you other products, and it's just you kind of become this magnet for whatever it is that you started clicking on. You probably noticed you're on Home Depot's page and you like something, and then the next day you're scrolling through your Facebook feed and there's the product sitting right there in front of you. And you're like, oh, wait a second, that was weird. Same thing could happen on Amazon or Shopify or any number of these sites, Etsy, places that we go. Everything is tracked, and the whole internet is interconnected, and we all know what each other's doing. So, like it or not, that's the reality of where we live. live, how we live, today's world. Completely foreign concept 20 years ago. That is how fast things have changed. But, whoa. Wow, sorry about that. That was crazy. My phone just fell. Anyways, we're all interconnected in this world, and what happens is, going back to the example of the diet program that you might be on or whatever, as an example, you click on that, and then the next day, whoosh, you become a magnet for all these other offers. And your brain starts recognizing, because this other offer says, oh, that's bad, this is good, vegetables are bad, no, vegetables are good, fruit is bad, oh no, you shouldn't be having this, don't eat corn, do this, do that. And all these different weird tips and tricks, and this one guy lost 35 pounds in 18 days by drinking 100% milk diet, or I don't know, I just made that up, but some weird thing, and then you're like, oh, I'm missing out on that, oh, I'm missing out on that, oh, I'm missing. Your brain starts going into this state of, wait a second, I don't have that information, or I don't have that information. That state that your brain is in is called uncertainty. Okay? Now, it's a term we're all familiar with, but spelling it out that way was new to me, because, if somebody said, define uncertainty, I would have said, well, it just means you're not quite certain of, whatever information you're after. But in today's world, uncertainty, I think, is rampant because we are now exposed to everything, whereas before we were only exposed to things in our own little world. So I think it's a topic that's worth talking about. It parallels with shiny object syndrome, SOS, as I call it. Help, right? SOS. Who has SOS? Yeah, raise your hand. I know I do. I'll be the first to admit. So we all have to work with this, and that is, I think, shedding the things that are irrelevant and embracing the things that are relevant. Uncertainty exists because there's so much information out there, and our brain gets exposed to all these things that we didn't know. And now we know that we don't know, and so now we're uncertain. Right? And that can derail you from your plan in life, from what it is that you're trying to do, from your goals, from your, what you're trying to achieve. It can derail you. So uncertainty can be your friend, but it can also be your enemy. So it's good or bad. And uncertainty doesn't go away. It's here to stay. It's with us. It's part of life. It's just like fear. It is what it is, and you have to learn to work with it. You cannot get rid of it. And so these gurus that talk about avoid uncertainty or eliminating uncertainty from your life, those are false claims. It's not going to happen. What you have to do is manage uncertainty. You have to manage uncertainty. So, where was I going? So uncertainty is this, bittersweet friend/enemy. And as we're going through our lives, I think the biggest thing for us is to be aware, first and foremost, of what uncertainty is, how we define it, what it can and can't do for us, and how much that can, I guess, impact what you're trying to do with your life, your goals. So you're going through and you have, you're sitting down and you're at the computer or whatever, you're working and things pop up, things intersect your day, and they create this state of uncertainty in your life. Be aware that it's there. Be aware that it's normal, that everybody experiences it. But be okay with the fact that you're making decisions without having 100% certainty. You have all your life, and you'll continue to do it all your life because it is impossible to gain 100% certainty of anything before you make the decision. Think about that. When was the last time you had a job change, you moved, you got married, had a kid, any major or important decision? How did you possibly know with 100% certainty that everything would work out exactly as you had planned? There's just no way. There's too many unforeseen circumstances that can derail us. Now, we can know with 60% certainty, like I live in Phoenix, I can pretty well know that tomorrow's going to be sunny and hot. But it may not. I mean, it'll probably be hot, but it may not be sunny. Right, that's probably a dumb example, but you get the idea. uncertainty exists and we're used to it. So if you're at, a 60, 70, 80% uncertainty level, that's good. Take it. Make your decisions and take it. And then if it turns out, there's that risk tolerance level that we all have to be comfortable with. Some people have a higher tolerance. You need a 90% certainty level in order to make a decision, or you're not going to go. And or there's other people that'll just ready, fire, aim, and they'll right at 50% certainty level, half and half. I win some, I lose some. I don't care. I'm going anyways. They just jump. Everybody's a little different. But uncertainty exists. There is no such thing as perfection in this life. You cannot be perfect with with those types of decisions. So uncertainty exists. Love it. Embrace it. It's your friend. It's your enemy. Make sure, though, you use it as your friend, because the way you do that is you learn from things. So you make uncertain decisions, but educated decisions, well-informed decisions that where you have a certain amount of risk tolerance. But that uncertainty still will exist. And if you let it, then uncertainty can be a good teacher. You can learn things from it. And it can be also a good measure for our lives and help us as we're making decisions, looking back, oh, that was a bad, this and that. And we can learn a lot that way. So uncertainty can be a good thing. It also keeps life a little exciting, right? If you know all the answers, if you knew, there's no way to know, if you knew all the answers before you made the decision, how boring would that be? If you already knew the ending to the movie before you started watching it, it's like, okay. Your friend, tells you who won the World Championship game, and you're sitting down to watch it, you already know. It kind of takes the whole fun out of it, right? It's not exciting anymore because you already know who's going to win. So same thing in life, uncertainty leaves that curiosity, or creates curiosity, because there's a little space of the unknown. If you're setting goals, how successful am I going to be? How big could this thing get? I'm only thinking, a 50% increase in sales, but what if it's 80% increase in sales? I don't know. Anyways, those are some thoughts for what they're worth. If you haven't yet, please go and listen to that podcast. It's phenomenal. I highly recommend it. I probably didn't do it justice. I just scratched on a few things on the surface and interjected some of my own thoughts, but Jordan goes in much, much deeper in such more eloquent presentation than I did. So there you go. Uncertainty, love it, live it, embrace it. Let it be your friend, let it be your enemy, whatever it ends up being for you. It's real and it's not going anywhere. And the best thing you do is learn about it. So I love it. This is my new topic, and at least for today, it's my new favorite topic. So thanks for listening. I invite you to the website, 3by5goals.com, or my Facebook page with the same name. I also have a Facebook group of high achievers, and we're all helping each other break through the barriers that we face as entrepreneurs of achieving our goals and the roadblocks and things. So if you're interested in a community of like-minded people, great place to go. 3by5 Goals. It's on my Facebook page. I'll post it on the YouTube page as well, so that people can find us there. And let's all get together and support each other and rock the world and rock our goals and learn things like uncertainty, or doubts, fears, and productivity and time management and all those kinds of things. So anyways, there you go. Have an awesome day. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next time.